Paris and Germanom, as I say, I dear Bachimbia some from and on Kasam and from Fassa Demo Plaza, Humble Trophy, the champions, I'm equally good as Bradley Bacola. Now, Oko Curtis Jones, Inter Milan, at Dinkomopi, Omaniabre. Sam, woman, some, Emetime, I can't buy no, not Diamete and pay HMS Curtis Jones. The American teachers were catching Liverpool for Sir Curtis Jones. Sir Bono, Minya be more, Ned to Babia, Metiti Benja, Mepabia, Mekwa, Curtis Jones, Debia, Nami Jamu Esiakai, and Curtis Jones are communicating to Liverpool some a percent of free Bobo Korum and Donny Ariola, a manager at the man Liverpool na Ninsam United Tiawa, or say me and Donny Ariola, my both friendly games outdoor among 4G. Dear team no fee, our fem papa, never may come over your team, and say a fee, I fear. You both say team no compete ye. Now, Ochemum, say first week of September, the team no Emma Champions League, about Wapapam, Abama, where you some matches, not team no, and so a Champions League. Now, it be a week over 2 matches, and none the team no up ye. Or say for now, 1 week, 1 match per. I'm at Liverpool. Timakom at the Academy starting a trip to Newcastle United on Sunday. And Ababom at the Etia woman. Now, community shirt is ours. Since Bonianko, Murphy, and Ra. Community shirt, Ababayas history, no, Ojia, at Sam, Obetim Ajem, the proper one. That is the English Premier League. And Ra, Womulusu 3, that is Manchester City, and Ra. As the show my coming and some now I'm anti now and on our grab them back album Jeremy Jacquet Abaso or say one-on-one defending or a super or a great player and Basabia he attacking Tibo Vio being somewhere on him and or a player near my P and a Tibamam Bobo Kwa the from Liverpool Thierry Henry on Zolis on himself Zolis I'm a friend of the Greece Messi now Zolis and Ra or your 2 assists Emma Arsenal, Emra, Amane Manchester City album, the community shirt, Emma Thierry Henry, at the L2 just or a player, about what Arsenal, Papa, or convince them, sir, Akudai, or not today, not on what team with some Manchester City, and what the top game, not when you're level of performance, I assist Mianua, now I can't at the Chelsea, he has arrived and a lot, and a Dimam Arsenal, Bokorum, not Mikel Arteta, report the Kutame, items were catching Arsenal penning for sister, a person of strengthen the squad, or a player, Masa, not a middle set kind of Nima P, and not a Koso, not Sene or a coach, or your squad depth, and Amra, William Saliba, at me a Plananka Christian Mosquera, and I think Gabriel Megayes, and bet me a Juanebum, Baku Pra, a wine, and an album, Abasana, and the Amansa, another defender, and for Amanom, Makata Drasa, and Ra, Arsenal, I win a 3-0 over Manchester City in the 2026 Community Shield. Now Arsenal, a bought one place number so Mikel Arteta said the desire of the players after competitiveness and preparation. I'm doing a game and no and make it a difference. And right, you know, I said the team are ready for Friday. Now it's the English Premier League 2026-2027 on Friday. And I said the team are you ready? Captain signing and Ram. I'm not and I lifted the community shield trophy. That is Martin Odegaard. I'll say the near Japan. Sir Arsenal. At me the trophy. I say trophy be a trophy. I'm gonna say Arsenal players no motivation. Ebet me akosro not bibiako ye at the woman on say Calafiori and Ram 23 seconds and seconds no now 23 and onya the goal at the Emma team na total so Emma 2 goals back and one. I say I want to be more ambitious. Mikel Arteta, manager Emma Arsenal. This is my Otuo-Acheampong after say I lifted the community shield with Arsenal.
Oyerepa FM 100.7.
Because of the squad, and because the money that is spent, we know ours, and ours is related to what we have been producing for the last 4 or 5 years in a really consistent way. but as well the way that we can be better, and that's what we are focusing. Sustain that consistency, and you call it stability, I think. But I don't want to be stable. I want to be better and more ambitious. That's what we want. Well, we already done it because we have the Premier League and the referees here with us to explain and go through everything. So in pre-season as well, we had the opportunity to see and experience some of them, and then we will have to see when the season starts how this unfolds and what is more doable, what is less doable, and if we need to adapt something to the game.
Which one do you think will have the biggest?
Well, there are a few. Now, you being able to use the towels is already a big one in the Premier League. So let's see what we do. Maybe we play with hats and I don't know. So something else will come up for sure. You know, we know that everybody is paying so much attention to the details. All the rest starts with the countdowns. That will bring something else as well to the game, a different dynamic, different momentum. So yeah, very curious to see. I think there are really good rules because what we're trying to do is just to promote that there is more game time and the fluidity of the games continues and is better, and hopefully that will work.
Na Calafiori also no reaction after some onya go na fe osan to so ama team no age the community shield yentie Calafiori.
Yeah, I think it was such an important game, such an important test for us. Obviously the trophy is still important, and it was more to prove to see our mentality after winning last season, and I think we started in a perfect way. Amazing. I think it helped the team a lot. Obviously when you score so early you can help the team. Yeah, obviously I try always to give a solution to my teammates, but I have to say in this occasion especially, like the pass from Miles was unbelievable. No all the players can see these kind of lines, you know, so I always try to give options, and Miles gave me the perfect ball. And then
Don Stones se osia kan ema Inter Milan na osina nyaje se odoni de Inter Milan jersey no.
To obviously score on something that I don't do too much. To wear the shirt for the first time, to play for this club, I'm excited for what's to come, and I'm really pleased with the performance that the guys gave today, the effort that they put in, and all the hard work. And yeah, I was pleased to kind of finish it off. I mean, it's such a nice jersey, probably one of the best looking.
Eno aye Don Stones sam eno no na Enzo Maresca olusu 3-0 no osini mo bebre e o team no mu a e wo se esisafi.
I think a big part of the game is in the first goal we concede. Unfortunately, after 30 seconds, we conceded the first one. I think after the goal we conceded, the reaction was good. Before they scored the second goal, we had 3-4 chances to score and to draw the game. Unfortunately, we missed the chance, and then with the second goal, it became more difficult.
Enti Enzo Maresca say nyese bia ne team nom anya chances omunya chances to score na mo sa chances nom etugu ye third goal by no na amaniema aye dene ede amom ye mfisa game nom na fe ye nim komo e wo Chelsea so regulate anom aye legend kase e Chelsea ni nsem nyina ene say Jordan Henderson and afe Dan Welbeck e amamfo nyai 887 nom amoye players a lot and afi amode ma Chelsea season Kosono experience be here and say experience no Jordan Henderson and Dan Welbeck nyina at the team no weekend di Chelsea at Real Sociedad as a 3-1 na Chapi Alonso and Reece James and in some way at to after say I'm winning that game.
FM 100.7.
So, and Reece James and James the preseason has been good. A do baby matches be no Emma. They are okay with the performance of the players. Chapi Alonso, Reece James, among Samoa, Romadia to jam, and on a pay, Yatipi at 2 and I will do my general. Now, Okon some from my Saudi Arabian clubs be Eddie Ole Watkins, say Ole Watkins, and Ram, now I'm a Siakai, and my woman. Jamie Carragher at the Atujasa Manchester United NJ the English Premier League afi with manager your friend Michael Carrick Adentia or same or your Stardust as a manager ningi na mo anisa onye manager or the quality or that magic or the star power and also our special quality to guide Manchester City for the trophy and you sama oruanom ede atudwayenko Spain na fe yenim komo e Spain and play Kylian Mbappe din housing and SP omo go at the Etiam Shaka 04 Emera weekend D Madrid SME and Shaka 04 NTV anti economy highlights of that game. You return Oyerepa TV no snate. Why enjoy highlights them? Na Jose Mourinho reporter nano abaye se Madrid epe another midfielder Martin Zubimendi. Na Jaya teacher se Jose Ascension Sadio afi playing time betting at the amenity player no personally at percent a movie on Madrid Assassin 18 commercial before the transfer window yanka pununtum. Now am I everything possible to get the guy. Now Ukodin house in Australia or say Madrid training a lot and the training has been good and Jose Mourinho believes a commitment level and so I was from I feel you different Madrid the car and I din house and DM and Thibaut Courtois or say commitment pioneer say Madrid Asia Kenya who set players on commitment level no so they want to do something for the club. Now Yan Diamande in the first game for Madrid against Schalke 04 and Tibon for Yan Diamande and Yama Oyeyem I was that game for two Oyerepa TV so now for enjoy Yan Diamande Cristiano Ronaldo speculations I come here say I back na we here ninga so confirming and ra say on Cristiano Ronaldo your season we are about time from football na Hans Flick I can at the Rodri Sam obey one of important players at the Ama club no Oyerepa Entino dinner Eba on say and then permission no flight from England no copy of Barcelona Chroma Medicals or no sign contract ama Barcelona Bobokorum Mark Casal to be Barcelona after said Tommy Marquez every team the next Mark Casado Oko Hans Flick or say after Rodri store or here players bakum yonumi at the account over Champions League over La Liga over Spanish Copa del Rey over here Sam over your squad depth Sasma Siniwa over Timba over Timaya Jumanum Ayayan Ye and your reporter Ekutay and Anope Yanko Italy now fe Yanim Kabam and Italy Anope na Vicario the Aya teaching say accepting a loan proposal with option to buy okay Jumam ama Juventus AC Milan are you ready to say you see for now this summer say offer biabam not say offer more Wamatono amana free team get Crystal Palace is in the race Wamutu come say amansam betim akanwom David Odogu and so AC Milan or name Turu Bobokorum and your loan the salary abusiam on bet your half not for Turu team and so at your half Oko Germany and Ram Bayern Munich at Leipzig as a 3-1 and your Telecom Cup na Telecom Cup Luis Diaz SAA and I other players on what the bomb also Papa Vincent Company but highlights no and Bayern Munich SME and Sam not Leipzig at the Academy Baku na Vincent Company Sam ni team na Ocean Afino a team or Emi for a treble team at the Champions League at the Bundesliga na German Cup at team at him Akahu Jama Musiala condition and Max Ebe wouldn't say give no echo to Jama Musiala or Trashy or Colasi or Peter so na Max Ebe HM so oh boy is doing very good maybe a koye at the Emmanuel here sounds to him and Anope and this note live on Oyerepa 100.7 FM live on Oyerepa TV yenna so na among former soon semina young fancy boss player Sometymer Otuo-Acheampong and able to team no excellence na Anope dia come na today's sports no so no one day asumo in the meantime 10 minutes time na yaba ye team come on with Kangen and Najek drinking water and sure I was say be sense alkaline room alkaline and a magic nya dro and so no alkaline no and a magic meaning good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Say BBI fine.
I'm terrific.
All right, inti Anope ye betie and someone if he can Kanjin energy drinking water.
Wow, and now pay Yama Ghana for Kwabana Yama when I can find Oyerepa 100.7 megahertz live on your radio sound so and I feel live on Oyerepa television it's live on Facebook and content and as pictures you better to one of my purpose of a part and parcel of the conversation not the beer case name the year can you say be able to mukabi and I say ya conjure bibi what I say out of magic and ye cardiac show yes say Dr. Otuo-Acheampong say baby no Caroline, why you read it now? Only pay any money. Me far phone ya me patrol. I saw the and one casa faton also be what I say. Oh boy, ya slides no and evidence ni be and so Eddie abiding so be our nominee making sure say any PH no the optimal standard that World Health Organization any FD and so Jatum send ya be ya one me call ni pedi anima. Dear sir, and also bet me abwa a ye munipediano. And the first question I pay ye be sounds when they said the internal munsu. That is the first question. Now, Mijidi said, Dodwana will be answering it in their homes. Now, the internal munsu when they said, send your baby to common to quench our test. Yes, that has always been the one of the answers and I say answer back kwa yengi na yenim but in as much as so no munsuo na so common de na de be kwanche wo test no ye no fi ho no ma ye won fa so die bebra nsuo ye ma oni pedia no wonim say nsuo na wo no me na wo say munya ne nu no me ni pedia ne ti metwe na eboa etimi regulate wo ni pedia no eboa repair worn out tissues and enye nsuo bia ne timi enso eye science and na no pay kanjin na you drinking water ho nkomo na ye ne wo enso eba bebo anase ye ne wo enso eba be di nti be here so be G numbers no na wa frey na woni en and so aboy come on 0241 449191 0241 449191 and afi 050 73 79 474 050 73 79 474 now ni and so aboy come fresh sia yen team on more office for number answer mama ne wabon komo question bi apese obisa hanum say ye limited hono obetimi enso abisa number ne active for WhatsApp na no pay ye adwuma ye nationwide delivery uni Kumasi mpona penso ni bia menka se mini Kumasi be se na menya be menjunjun wo friend numbers na yen representatives or the various regions and districts no into one say am direction na wakọ hono na ne omo enso akọ komo na no pay ye hwe enioma obrone se a constitute anase what can gen enatic drinking water intina bibisa se di intina wonu munsuo na wonsuo na wonom no bisa won se na nuoma be na make ya pana se mansuo ne yensuo na demonstrated times that number mo ho se yensuo bia na yensuo inso bebra ya nom na dead water Dr. Kwakutano Debra and so lecturer wa University of Ghana wa research in 2016 on the tudwa o ma yeta se Ghana hanum se so dodo na ye nom na minerals bia nya de ben enim intim MY born slide number 1 ye hwe 3 properties a what kind of energetic drinking water a man addition say Kangen water is ionized. Alkaline tap water produced by energetic machines via electrolysis. Its proponents claims it possesses 3 main properties. It is our property no into bon patchomane nkosho emfa emame. Into yase property number 1 patchobon wo hono mama nkosho emfa mayen. Yase Kangen ekura property I friend say give rich in antioxidant. Na sa antioxidant no bisa on say so dodo say na ono antioxidant e wo ma eboa aye wo ni pedia no. Apple a lot of antioxidants but apple yenya no Ghana ha into ne boy ade say air dem pa but onom kantin na agri drinking water and I'm say crasa antioxidant winter e ma oni pedia ne nwe na ache e ade say a combat against their friend say aging dodo na inso onom na acidosis in nature onom no ade say later baba aba be ha aye wo ni pedia no na de bia wo ni pedia no ye wo bibi bia wo cells ni me friend say an electron the very moment electrons no e be free mo no be hia an antioxidant e be donate e de ama e your cells no se na be ye beboa ama your cells no enso anya ahoden and this environmental conditions free radicals we get exposed to environmental conditions if you ekoni pedie ni mu and then make one platform to say and you may acid ekoni pedie ni mu na say you waste ekoni pedie ni mu na nye de se be efa ye wonu mu nko a and you may ye hua fumes from cars content ahodo we see free car to ningina ma we exposed to free radicals we be hia so benya an antioxidant or say ebe neutralize this free radicals and ebe ya e ma unya de fe say oxidative stress and am say we ni pedua na say o cells na sha say e we na ache na e bra dwumade we say di no entimi enso india say alkaline pH and I'm saying the level of pH no kan ye ye produce 7.5 8.5 ekoni pedie no ma etimi counter acidious content woni pedie no mu ene ntina wonsuo bi a wonom na check hwe obetimi the ORP machine na say pH tester enso wa check e dia hwe so the ORP machine check hwe the tum na say nsuo ni read positively numbers na ekwohwe mo ho say nsuo no eye acid in nature nsuo bebre ho no ma ye the additives na ye de agugum flavors na ye de agugum sani ebe ya ebe enhance eye enwane nuo na ewom no kangen ye de na ntisa ye pure alkaline in nature we na kwani pedie no ma ni pedie no person ebe ya ebe support the natural balance of your body unhia medication impokra ho no ma wo de yemfa ne se obehia dodo se na ombetimi atobade nsuo at a cost ye de ma aye that form ye say afen so kangen water no aye de yefene se microcluster ne ka se nsuo anasa kangen water microcluster ye the video evidence ebe chiechie mu yi se na be abeti ase ye si nsuo ne nani watusa for the purposes of education and academics ye come what ase nsuo bia wo banum bia na wose nipadua ne timetwi nsuo ne mahoɔden na sa nsuo ne timidi di ne dwuma nti woni ma nsuo boa ma aduane yam yie aboa amane wo kidney wo liver ne wo lungs enya hoɔden hwonko because ni nyina boa sɛne ebe ya aduane be si anyam yie wo nipadua ne mu nti nsuo a wonom na nani wa no esusu na ya akɛse ni nipadua ne ntimi antwe be se kangen water nsuo na ni wasusu nti nipadua ne timi absorb ntimi twemu enuane nuo no na etimi ade ne dwuma e wo se odidi born the next slide na afim yenhwe onom nsuo a ekura refined antioxidant aya microcluster na afeni alkaline level no wahro no ene edi ade na ede bra ye mu nipadua very good intime kan you see nsuo a wonom specifically we choose kangen and actually drinking water a fight against free radicals and be a whenever there is a missing electrons when nipadua ne mu nipadua ne are exposed to new toxins and yema enye ne unhua de udi drinks are all no carbonated drinks yasini na sa acidious content na sa free radicals and yakuni free honum afi a lower cell stress and slows aging obi ono ma hwa na otimu say by number onyini by nanima sha say emwomwa onum kangen na eya sa hawa enwoma bonya ko nipadua ne mu na sha say yidi afi honum ya say alkaline level a lower acid content a won ye di nwane bi mpokro honum the most interesting thing is udi no unnim se acid ye de ben ewom but you consume a lot of it you see aids normal digestion and gut discomfort the person chene say kwanya digestion be fa so na large intestine or small intestine be boa ma digestion e boa e ma no ejina yie se na be ye aduane to oyefune ma e betimi anyam yi you see it keeps the body in balance and manipulating modern a balance equation proportionally patron man kwasho afensi asase a microcluster yedi kan a church mu dada ama wate ase ye se all no man nsuo ne nani watu san patron man mbra so nani watu so nti nani wani tu so na a eyen kete no nipadua ne time twe na etwe ne yie afa bon yan call videos no so na afa yen wrap up na afa numbers no entoto edwa be betimi akọ videos no so bon you betimi akọ videos no enso eso na fe ya wrap up from there into when na ya niema ya ka microcluster and vitamins na e bom ni ntena aboa amani pedua no etini twi nsuo no mahode no and ye bi sense nsuo na wonom ne sei na etia na vitamins na e bom na etisen enei menuoma wonom a amani pedua no ye bloated se bi ho se wa ye koche no sa nsuo na wonom ne etime ye ni ngina na enitina na no pe recommend kangen and magic drinking water e dia mountain patch born ye betimi akọ videos no so but say you train video no gian numbers on a frame very good into share video we are your left hand backs the normal regular water na on left hand side no nya kangen but kangen no unso we ya or stand no say the left hand bag na ya dey say emu content na asha ase atwe internet ya sin so no ya say a microcluster into so no na say ko eye wuni padua ni ma efie wo wuni padua ni mu ene kwan a wo say kangen water inso na fa so na timi atwe eye enmu enwane nu no sa na eye nyina enim say tea bag de eye nso wo hye na betimi atwe by the way eye na sa e ama born yanko the next slide no so yanko the next video no so into way the level of alkaline into kangen o producing a fresh and say energy we do pH test no so blue and one who say so no pure alkaline in nature into way any here the ma we need pedia into so bia wo beto a we do pH tester ebe testing ebe so yellow no you say acidosis on no ma emwa we need pedia into say bi and I was one of the last slide na fear the numbers no and so atu ja you see when your ORP machine un say kangen machine no na esi honom no ORP machine no and or dey the ben or dey atomu no or they test it until once ORP machine no numbers na sha say so air tete aba down e mo hu say nsuo no e ade say e negatively charged already in negatives you get it but the sha say e kwhwra e mo hu say nsuo no already in positive e no anya ade say beboa e ya munipedi aniti GN numbers Dr. Otuo-Acheampong say bebia ni hono ma akaline wa you better remember back to studio ya re betimi atna hono miti frey and na no pay on 0241 4491 91 0241 449191 and I say 050 73 79 474 050 73 79 474 numbers ni na active our WhatsApp from you know obedi nkomana no pay ya sha see
right era kanjen energy drinking water empanyimfo ase ye toaso na ye twa ye ho kakra bia ba dwumadi no ebe toaso ede amamo Pepsodent aposia na anopa bia me ba na makamfo ede amawo ni nyina ne se Pepsodent aposia no eno na eye papa odi twusia eboa ma osene ye fa eboa ema wanum nkan ye hwam eboa ema osia sinkonkune ni nyina eyi edi free Pepsodent na odi twusia eboa tuotu etietia ntokro bi eda osim se de be ya anajo ayada emoawa ebedi asimu agro no omoba omuntumi ntina yese omukọ na ya ma menka wo se anajo bia woda ya na moawa nkitinkiti bi ba ebedidi wo osimu agro no na wanhwe no anka ho asem ya na eja okaka na eja esia wo gams de bia no na eye oya osinu nia hoden untumi mfa emodompe untumi mfa nom enso a enyunu na mo de Pepsodent herbal ne Pepsodent chakro no etwusia eboa ema oseno eyefe eboa ma asene nya hoden gowns be nya hoden eboa yi scent bia enye papa ede efri anum Pepsodent supermarket ura provision shop bia na obenya bi na wato Ghana Dental Association o ma jatum se Pepsodent wo se efie bia na nya bi ereto na ye de twie se Pepsodent every smile matters but some community bank PLC na ese esikasem ombetoto de amaye ombeboa ama ebotom aye kama ombeboa ama ye gina brand wa bra ye dwumadi aye dibia no wom diska be man ne akoshim se de be dwumadi no ebetumpo na akoso bosom twesi be be current account savings account ko so zuzu savings kidi account any fixed deposit account ubi account ya sha say first cartum oye ne sa pe ye loans e de ma a customer sa loans no o qualify ese unya bi Nkosozu loans, transport loans, microfinance and SME loans, salary loan, commercial loan, bonanza loan, social loan, afecha development loan, and agricultural loan. Nina, bosomche community bank PLC ubenya bi ewo omo ashe omo say electronic banking system no eye adwuma network bia dial *992# nene ending sawa so wa bra untutu en onine emfa ma ye branch bia ye bebo so yi na say at the comfort of your home obetimi atena ho na we use electronic banking no and I say Ghana Pay now there transaction bia opese ode foreign money transfer busu ani bi dofu bia send usika e farm amanone beje obosom twe community bank PLC head office no ewo container se ye wa tonso agoja achikofu trade ahenema kokobe adwena se ebu akwa atonso bokura putu ja magazine any abinchi market efre ho afia kobi ye branches ya to e de apete frey 03220 098 076 03220 098 076 and 050864 2705 Bosom Community Bank PLC together we prosper. Amen Scientific Hospital the best alternative medical hospital in Africa. Now Amen say ono tonche for stroke yade bra for awo sembra for yade kwan chronic to so no bra de boni friend chronic disease or infection what the bana so ya on sign emfa enkofim sa chronic na yade ato yade ne so no ba ye be yade na fiwo yenka say chronic disease and say infection ebiem Amen Scientific Hospital ye o machines a yade be free yade be how no e be ya beto machine so no ye aduonu na 24 different certified medications FDA aje ede atum oba ye de bi kanwa ayaresa wo dia Kumase atwema techiman kwada so fon ase kwan so ena ye wo Ghana ha ye 18 other branches aside Kumase de no ye enchi boga wa bibiani akra takra de tamale atebubu nkoko sunyane ho sahwede bi so ene hohoi ho nyina obehu ye bra na beja yaresa 027700 0234 0277 001234 na watumi ene yen edi enkomo Amen Scientific Hospital ya so grow fine about tonic ne mojadru eboa ema odidi kama oda kama eboa esane ntini mu moja be sane ye ewo nsa ene wonan mu ema ontena ba bi enche enkase ananse achemi anase menanse atata we nyina no a lack of blood circulation in your body onum grow fine drona eboa eyisa ohaw ne nyina edi efiri ho edi ema e wa cho uyo ba ubunsa onsebuo ni sisi so ubunsa wa yase ya ubunsa moja tu bro so nom grow fine drone bi ne nsiesie o menses so nsem nyina emfa ema grow fine drone vitamins ahodo ewo mu eboa ema nipadua no enya ahode na enyini from upe bi ato a misie ba kolna ke ba smart ba frediments apedank pure leaf chemical shop bi a herbal shop bi a o my Ghana mu benya bi ato bebre no ewo digital ba clinic Kumase Amakom roundabout Bank of Africa on my ho and I offer 0244596532 0244596532 Jigro fine edrono ebi anopay na me bash edin komo no so solo me di decoders ni bebre asabo na decoders no say nikasem ne say league bia opa ahwe ewa mano ni bia no obenya hwe ebi a wo no major leagues no interest enim unia bi anaso hunipa bi ebo league bi ewo Europe Scandinavian countries no anaso bi South America North America ebi kra Africa opese na otwe bi ahwe unia ne se obobo na brabash ne beji sa decoders a ode abam foforo no ebi na okoye installation ma oye recharge e de kan ho a na otwe bia no unia na obo ni league ewo Sweden obo ewo Finland obo ewo Norway obo ewo Denmark eni nkra ka nyina no ebi ye Africa ebi ya Egypt Morocco ebi obo Algeria ebi obo South Africa ni nyina benya bia hwe ewo bash decoder na ode ema no eso efie honom so program bia ewo TV so mbenya bi ahwe game centers hotels guest houses restaurants individuals mo meje bash decoder no ebi oye installation ama oye recharge e de account ho the packages no e de bi am kase air for papa individuals crowd e chem 33% discount na se e kan ka betua no ye chem miensa nya to baako e de atwene tie bia nka betua 1 cedi a ya 30 pesos and 33 pesos ato atwene no atua 66 pesos na ya recharge e de amount ne wacho ship mu e wa report junction ho e na bash e wo 0556287757 ABA back clinic so water so for rasta so for branch any yade nyina last stop any ABA herbal clinic glaucoma cataract syphilis long and short sightedness ABA back clinic etu ase e de ama omo adro fagua aduane mnedi aduane no a wudi no adro no be fa untini mu na akọ anini ntini so ayeso adwuma e de ama liver kidney ya de prostate any stroke ABA back clinic etu ase kwada so dwuna ase main market e kire wa Doma Inkwe Ebenezer Preschool I ben appear Kubi Coastal ewe Bnada Jum ABA ewo new branch no Kaswa Millennium inside at that day last stop Freno 0541 565199 and 0502 812161 na oni ABA back clinic edidi enkomo show no etwaso ede amamo alright solo boss
bibia kama
nyame adom bibia
na wo hwe phone to anasa and I'm going
me phone
momo bia ma so
David
1 week no
David momo bia antoja
okay
1 week ne de say ya na ye de prapra kwan mu nti no
santi enya bibia amba
o David wo say ba emra
okay so do kan de asa de yenya mvango ayi no
unse 1 week de so wa hwe ya na nya nhye pi ohun na eye da no na uye mistake asembe ba 1 week no bia wa yeso ye bibia no mani metum
okay
eno ne ye de set foundation
for you no asa de
meje
mate ebeba
meje
na o te ba fonga
David
okay babo wa yinti we na
there's a good
jama kan wa haidi na nka
metiano mi ko be ya
okay
ye de dinna akoko she ye
okay
ye ndi e best for me po no
that's fine
massively
now match date
November 28
November 28
yes
okay
November 28
yes
ye ko di bronya
ko di bronya
yes bronya bosumi
na ya sikura na ya na ngofo nya yi 18 December
November 28 Saturday ne Sunday
na ko di bronya fa yi no be
nya si December
na ever you home. So we could do
Come on, 2 days next.
Say
na SDA.
Say bronya o bonus bi shenchen baby. For look
I'm in Jason. Yanko for 10:30.
Full reset complete. 7 shipped out, 7 in. Tama has a folk. 7 players na mojo mo kwan. And na omo the 7 so aba. Ti eba the details of omo makọ no mo ho nyina no. So ebeba. Remorse and maturity in display. Alhaji Akambi apologize to Hearts supporters. Tawa na no minda ebie no koso. And Alhaji kopie ho. Na o se me do obi atemu a onfa ncheme. Na ye nyina enko yenim. Dump Gaka top 4 for Accra City Invitational Tournament for 10 cities. Ti Tama and also edu ha ye the details no enso enyina ebeba e wo ho no. You are the primary asset of Kotoko. You are the brand of Kotoko, and I have to protect and project the brand. David Obinyako to Kotoko players, and also wo ho no mo a ye remember. After impressing the technical team, the lad has been given 2+1 contract, and also I have signed a top-notch coach, brought in a super sporting director, and have signed some exceptional players. Give me Baba Yara, take your hands off, and I will bring supporters and generate money. Kotoko board to National Sports Authority. Tama a big issue be a body ba na yakotie mu kakra nti e ba eno so the board no can the sports authorities so gina no ye de eno so e ba be ka ho na che say eno so no. Kotoko board reveals a 10-year development plan. Amongst other thing is a 35,000 seating capacity stadium. Nti eno so kakra ye tititi no.
Talk about na reveal.
Aye.
Ade 10 no ade bi na da one.
The atiti no say
10 dey what nya ko
board omuni sware hunu na yate no.
Some brand 10-year development
plan. 10-year development plan.
Including security for the players. And 10-year development plan.
Oh, say security in the say 10-year na start. Omo fiase.
Nti 10-year development plan and e bi ne say in communication directorate.
Special communication directorate say and also you're part of the see na time ko communication directorate omo bi ho.
So say 10-year development plan. Say America say be change the headline no. And I title no. Got 10-year development plan they cannot include players and team security will be improved. That's not a development plan.
New development
that's not a development plan.
But instead of the account.
Yeah, say Kotoko home games mandate tickets will be increased. How can you call that development plan? I'm going to be a dinner Modiato so on the oh, this was a 10. I mean, the next stadium, I'm going to visit stadium within 10 years.
Oh,
I was there. Oh, Kotoko board to see. Or more 10-year development plan. Na yes, I deal with it. Na make I say, a be a deal for a whole protocol.
And you know, because I'm on other things.
Entimin yet, Sebe, how do we go to be an Kotoko 10-year development plan here? And Uti board on instant, we can, I think, say, Omo news were doing the understanding of corporate near man or Omuncho is a 10-year. Maybe I'm a man. So we got 2 days 10-year development plan. But I could say players' condition will be improved to a level of big crafts. A development plan.
Now, we will say in the next year, we will say we better say Kotoko. A certain 10-year development plan.
I'm saying here we are.
We normally be at it in the
and here we are. But we can't so many plans. But I'm saying some of the things here, the development plan.
Anti some no, but some so development.
I have no problem. In the Omade, but the idea you cannot call it a development plan. A development plan.
The keyword near stadium no.
Stadium bay. Some me be me can say to myself.
No, miss me bo home man.
Me can say me come near my end to me. What makes this document? A make it document, no. We are dealing with senior tenure and make a beach. And yet, where you be a film? I'm just dealing with there can be a development plan. Development plan. So, over 2 gate rates more a development plan.
For a very long time, Thomas Kotoko Gate in a Dasuja.
And yet, development plan. You friend a development plan.
I won't bother say Bono IFA.
And on your development plan.
I know what introduce you.
And your development plan.
And 1 year.
It is not called a development plan. Development plan. It is not called a development plan. And as I said, board now really board now reveal. I'm told that the board chairman granted an interview, and these are some of the things he said within the interview. And then more can say, and we'll be saying an event development plan. I'm just saying, the title is a development plan. So what was it here? So Kase, me per se, me bakwaku, there be a man 20 cities, me they call 30 cities, event development plan.
And no man may have in fear young go to the top many say many I said
we are here once again.
I'm what they have Tom almost saying that China back on some development plan and feeling that go away send your phone and no more dealing.
Let me kind details on development development
plan is
I say a development plan is a document which details the overall strategy of the council for the proper planning and sustainable development of an area, and generally consists of a written statement and accompanying maps. The plan usually includes the broad aims of the council for specific topics, example housing, infrastructure, community facilities, which are reinforced by more detailed
stadium. In the first, the short, medium term, and long term, in 5 years, or by the 10th year, we should have our own stadium, a 35-seater standard stadium. The Royal Highness or Tumfo stadium. And normally a friend, but some 2 p.m. Me 2 gate mu at 20 at they go 30 no, and they are entire development plan. Tinazak detail the detail name of
say we say entire nya na say ni from be do be e bambi
so person who say me how between the no development plan I'm entire
the weekend no out or say into the weekend idea anymore. Major leagues no do not best start with the exception of the German Bundesliga. Omo Super Cup no almost started next week. La Liga started this weekend, though some teams aren't participating because of Omo players echo money in the World Cup you know. Omo for example, Atletico Madrid play on Wednesday. Now Madrid the Barca so about 10 days later. It's La Liga they are starting with some exciting games share. I'm not sure French Super Cup so do say share let's in PS
and they say
1-0 na. Yes with that record from first half from the boy even they had chances to even score
at the PSG for the man
Obiabobi everybody that Obiabobi at PSG I'm to if Ocean's team now from last season this year, if you meet them anywhere in the Champions League, you should be prepared. Very, very good side and a well disciplined. This boy, I'm saying he's aging, but he's Tovin or something. Tovin, that French.
Quarantine top, no Bayern.
Yeah.
So about Bayern though. Anambo. Midfielder bino.
Yeah, midfielder bino. What you born now? PSG for the team born in French. And how they played PSG and how far to share PSG and too, and on the game was very nice, very beautiful. And the league we are in for very very good season ahead of us. Mr. When we started war, Rodri Barcelona. I'm saying this will be one of the most profitable business any club has ever done. We who be that.
I think
Way back in 2019, and Man City for Omoko Atletico Madrid offered Rodri for £62.8 million. That was in 2019. Then in 2026, at the age of 30, City are taking £65.4 million from Barcelona for Rodri. Who's we are intending?
I didn't intend it.
Oh. Buying him for 62.8 million. Now at age of 30, with 12 months left on his contract. Now he told me 65.4.
And tenth because usually I don't know the best players when we are see. As I said before, any official declaration of Ballon d'Or, then he is the best player now. Best player at the World Cup. When you are buying the best player at the World Cup, forget about the age. And
no, so don't say like it is something that is unusual of football. You see, say in the age, and especially last season, the injury records no one, you know. Like you don't see such amount of money splashing on Rodri. But where I agree with you, yes, he's the best player at the World Cup. And what he did at the World Cup, but he's coming from a season where because of injuries. But it was a World Cup now, the beer that happened to him at Man City last season. And it's very good business for Man City in terms of how they've been able to force Barcelona to get that 65.4 million from Rodri. They are search for Ayew Boadi.
Are you suggesting, say, Omunkwambe the only team that will go for that bargain? Because I'm saying, team Biaunya Rodri name for that amount of money and forget about years left on the contract. It's a good bargain.
No, it's a good.
Especially when rates are Sika the top players in there. So when I Rodri one season, Rodri here win a World Cup here. I bet chance guy you do to have go for you.
Oh, say at least based on players at home, the hand and all of them in terms of the profile. No, the profile.
That was the age, you know.
But I say football no. I say because Ronaldo Ronaldo level no in than in Japan. So time Ronaldo was leaving Madrid to Juventus, no. The level of what he has achieved in the than in Japan. But at the age of 30, he is still good enough to command 65.4 million pounds from Barcelona. It tells you how good he is. And now Barca are going to have that Spanish midfield trial, no? Rodri, Pedri, and Dani Olmo. So if you meet this midfield, you are in trouble because they will control the game, they will punish you in terms of how they play. Now the only problem is lack of a striker. That is what is the problem of Barcelona now. Which one game now? Yes, wings, Adeyemi, Lamine Yamal, Anthony Gordon, this Rafinha, very good wingers, but still now no, they like a goal scorer and number 9. They know team almost had any big crampon Ferran Torres, Wakopim, Paris Saint-Germain. So we want to see what will happen. So there's something about managers when they stay at a particular club for a very long time. Not almost a few. The environment changes. Sometimes it affects the new manager now. When Alex Ferguson was leaving, United had issues up to now, almost issues. As a winger free Arsenal struggle had issues until say Ateta but from paying for no stubborn and say no problem pro keep him having trust in him. Who's on affect him? The first 2 seasons, when results was not good, baby fit can pamono but they said no we will trust him say with me asanyama I don't back no was asanyama no eti say man you trip baby for coach am so too one of the things that affect the culture shock who say they are used to one voice one command one nipa back in terms of how he is managing the dressing room. Now all of a sudden that thing has changed, so I need to take time for them to adapt to the new person's style. Again, unrealistic expectations as a winger, Silas Ferguson and the Pep Guardiola, what they achieve, you know. So then they start to use resources to compare Sanko for no, and then as a winger and Kwashe, and then Silas Ferguson and Kwashe, and then Pep Guardiola and Kwashe. So instead of to judge you based on who you are and how you are going to improve the team, you know, they use your resource. They compare sa legend na ofru okono na impatience na bem because they are used to winning trophies. Etienne umpo Enzo Maresca baby a ojira no oje baby na David Moyes ebefa ejuma at Manchester United oje baby na papa ebefa after Swenga fan say United Emery ebefa at Swenga after Swenga ohwana Enzo Maresca jina. There will be impatience with him because this is a team that is used to winning. Even last season, I say Uncle Yanfa Pep Guardiola, so he won twice, double FA Cup and Carabao Cup. It's Ube, you know. Every resource, every BBA in tournament, you be used. You bet the Pep Guardiola standard, no, and a budget. No, after 2 months, yes, Yapamo because they think that you are not up to the standard of the manager who left. Now, one of the biggest mistakes Enzo Maresca did, some players now, Pep Guardiola, one who said the AI problem, and I'm not sound. I don't quite trust him against Arsenal. I mean, even how he's going to continue.
Players, man.
Who say, season man, no. Now, acquire their best centre backs were Husanov and Maggie. And Gona Diaz, new Vadio, the form not to cry. It took Vadio co work up, most of Costaga, and nothing. I'm a benchy. Even Vadio at Croatia, because not forming yet. And I know about the first match, I have a competitive game against Arsenal. I'm a couple of Diaz and just go Vadio as 4 and 5. I do say of minimum number 2. It's you could clearly say they were struggling. Oh, no. Again, 4 the more, and one of the boy young people to be with Jack Grealish. You see, like a pepper, man, simple. Sanabianca pressure M Banoso. 1. Wama Grealish ko. 1. Players Bianco more too much control the dressing room no or one chain. Diaz or more. Vadio or more. Folding or more. Etika pepper, man, simple and can just come to continue with the new those that he believe, you know. But bringing them on board now, we say, now put pressure on Enzo Maresca to take them out again. But
okay,
let's give credit to Arsenal in terms of the match itself. Why Arsenal first starting game, you know, and how they ended. I think that based on what I saw, I want to believe that we'll see a different Arsenal this season from what we saw last season. Because Arsenal of last season now, time now, Calafiero share goal. Nanka ebeye all Man City. Most normal ko allowing pressure to against them. But after scoring, still Arsenal were attacking. Still Arsenal showed that they were angry for more goals and pushing. Unlike what we saw from Arsenal last season. Because Arsenal last season, Arsenal year past in the Champions League final was how they defended after scoring an early goal. Etienne, we saw a different Arsenal team, very good one, but it show how an Arsenal squad is strong. As a super for Arsenal to name 20 players, 18 Alpha players without Gabriel Martinelli, Gabriel Jesus, and then one this small boy, Waneri. Clearly, it's just as when say we Arsenal for no. I send a message.
Thank you very much.
Go to first Galatasaray. We need that money. It's a clear message to Martinelli. But another day, I am clear message to him. Say, you are not needed. Go. We need that money.
Gabriel Jesus, Napoli, we did that money. It's a very good game from Arsenal, but Enzo Maresca, in terms of how he manages Man City.
Actually, but I Bonibeka say conspicuously missing from your analysis here. Friendly match at Milan, Manchester United boy.
Oh, I wanted Jibo to come in on one bidding at one dance.
Well, I'm surprised. There was a friendly match of this magnitude. Now, how do you know they can't pick some? Of course, what about the Bango for disappointed. So one can we am from.
Oh, sir, those he's taking them out. I told you, say,
Chelsea is in Milan. You do. Almost started Manchester.
Bring the line up. What does in your mouth?
Apart from Bibiango for a match of this nature. One more pound.
One minute starting to do. Almost started game, no, or was it on Saturday? Toriani as goalkeeper. Right wing back, Chukwueze. Left wing back, Estupinan. Pavlovic. The Winter. Taraciano as three back. Musa. Adon Jashari. Loftus-Cheek. Sisi, and I'm the two. Carlo Ramos. A chain or the Luka Modric. Ebem. One out in a fiana will say, not to Mem Case Amorina, and some of them are only mistakes on preseason. Certainly. But severally, and what criticizing players no more. Said they are not up to standard, but to players in. Who got for Chelsea game now? Back for a year, back 5 year boy, plus the goalkeeper man start here.
Okay.
I'm a Musa or start here. Loftus-Cheek or start here.
That I've not exactly real lineup. I'm saying no.
So tell me, I say, it's you there. A mobile and when I make you
say, play a manager. Me, my issue here, I've told you, say, most of the guys, yes, they are not up to the standard. And it's our players only on the free team.
Yeah, come Manchester United team now. Omo yadi and a boy, you know.
Oh, to say, I don't put my emphasis on like resource in preseason.
Hey! Hey!
Zakito! Oh, from day one, I've never discussed.
You have analyzed preseason matches. No, yeah, Comas and then Arsenal boy. And because I say Sally Beniwa. Gabriel Bebrepa. Okay, I tell you the uncle. We only
preseason you buy analyze it like structure.
And no number so analyzing my use structure on Saturday. So analyze the structure on Saturday.
The structure is that I'm one Emma. Missing and I know a Milan family friend is also or 7 pound or the bonnet channel. So I mean find a bonnet channel. Say okay, Sometymer. You see,
would analyze the structure of Man United on Saturday.
They come to a team and give you structure.
Then Carrick.
They improve the team and take away players that are not good.
Carrick. Analyze the structure of Carrick on that day.
Oh, say Carrick day. We are one behind him. Say, I've said it and I'll continue to say, Obai and team he has bring or the bad team here results.
Okay.
But United are not.
I did the inquiry.
Almost so many answers. We used to see.
How many answers?
I said no. But I United as of now. Any day, Zakito, ye Carrick na ya nebi ya na hardin pa. Because I'm already performance. There's no history books I ever far. I'm already in Bebeja ahead of Carrick based on performance of Manchester United. As at Sabri Dio. On Benny Bepia
United. What the history book is treating. So change of structure.
History treat winners.
Okay.
A treaty winners.
And treaty how you won.
There be a treaty winners.
A treaty results.
Any results. And treaty losers.
Okay.
Ghana independence. Jimmy to tuning of West.
Oyerepa.
They be had any about coming. On the TBA. Asa. omo starting ya bia obi was starting them cry poison the body too obe prepare san who say nipa ne din winners na the world worship nti Amorin nye ni tipen ne Carrick when it comes to United in modern ball nti life amano a second opportunity or make good use of it with AC Milan. Once again, this is pre-season. Nti ebe chain. I got 2 teams no wo. I'm here who send you no ko. I would want to see how Zach Bell reacted to Carrick losing. If the team plays well and lose, I ever has any Zach inside my temper, me Pedabia United possession no matter topic. But maybe you may lose too much. Me I share the reaction.
What happened on Saturday? Match I made the many more so.
United players did not come
because
to the party.
It looks like everybody is shocked too. A struggling AC Milan has a pre-season, so then they score 4. A pre-season, but to score 4, who's a 1-0, 2-1, to score 4 past you. Just a Nema Acheampong.
No, pre-season. Adia baako both teams pa more many daho. The last 2 matches. Results have been the last 2 matches. It should put the preparation of a team. To us, there is this saying: "Say teams are tied community shield." No, and your man tie format. Yes. Oh, if you check that, teams are tied Lusu community shield. No, or Lusua within the next 2 weeks. What me ye changes be on the team no. At 10 things around. The about community shield. No. And at the pre-season matches till the end of the pre-season, most of the time you feel that you are okay. Into Manchester City, for instance, that defeat to Arsenal and Rano, a bit changing the perspective of Enzo Maresca. The hit are started Banaso as against the target, which is to come and dethrone Arsenal when it comes to the Premier League champions. No, Obenya a reality check. And it is good to get the signals as early as possible before the start the season than so in the middle of the season. Intuition Carrick say, game no lose to AC Milan. Ebeman and Yadaho. Because he will now come back and fix certain problems in the team before he starts. Because everyone said, "To would bet me you to play with pre-season, no she goes amount." Some position maybe I know which chase you because major manabo. You will start the season and you will now get the reality check that Esenka Okotos are player never. So a year now pre-season matches, no, winning too much an advantage. It will boost the confidence of the team. Ebema man for started or fear factor before the season starts. Bet me across. Hey, go for send almost for pre-season here. The dear Graham San or neighbor. So confidence, the fear factor will increase. But sometimes it might neglect some fundamental errors in your team when the results in pre-season is going on well. And a defeat in so no, it mean the pressure about team so. But it will depend on your crisis management presence. How to manage a crisis. Good, what managing is so well. First game when the season starts, no are changing the script, no are rewriting the conversation, and now they are good to go. And team to Manchester City when they won the treble against Liverpool Community Shield. Lose 3-1. That was a game Ellen Haaland yeah. He missed a glorious opportunity. And the narrative around Haaland was now Germany and now a guy. But we started the league. Now story Nassisa. City eventually won the treble. Won the Champions League, won the league, and won the FA Cup. But that 3-1 defeat, Emma Guardiola ni brace Debbie with the grass season, they fan say. So it has its own way depending on how you manage it. But okay. Arsenal, no to they mean business. Confidence and no Arsenal team in the boy and also. And one thing that I realize is teams will go at Manchester City this season. And Enzo Maresca will need to, as quickly as possible, use one team to remind everybody that they are Manchester City. And yes, sir, I'm out for the corner super. Because you saw an Arsenal team. I'm not saying it's Arsenal, Ebo City, and Usuru. But when Arteta started, you want to say, who put team and the baptism of fire upon Manchester City? 5-4-3. So Arteta not a much pragmatic when playing against Manchester City. especially during the time of Pep Guardiola. But to sorry born in apart from getting a goal as early as possible, the total play of Arsenal we watched the EFL Cup final. Match now. It was a time I knew no, this Arsenal team have really picked. They should beat Manchester City and let the whole world know that they are now coming in to take over the Premier League. But Arsenal they did not really come to the party. They did not take the game to Manchester City. And it was like defense versus attack. Arsenal no musuro. After the match, look at the number of criticisms about Arteta. So eventually, we win Premier League. You know. But in yesterday's game, it was an Arsenal team that was expressing themselves. The attacking machinery of Arsenal, in terms of shots, forcing saves, creating chances, coordination between players. This was Arsenal. They were not scared of Manchester City. I'm not saying it's Man City and create a chance. I'm not saying it's Man City so and taking the game to Arsenal. But the approach of Arteta was not a coach who threw opponent on any. And that is the confidence package about Arsenal born this season. And at this level, everybody should watch out for Arsenal too. Yakase, and this was just last week. Nana Mekase we said we don't know the kind of versions of the teams in the Premier League this season. In terms of Manchester City, there are question marks around the kind of Manchester City Benya. Maka Chelsea ascend because of a new coach in Jabi Alonso. Maka Liverpool ascend because of a new coach. The exit of Mohamed Salah. And Liverpool trying to reconstruct their entire team. And you don't know the kind of Liverpool Benya. Maka Spurs, Spurs with Deserbi, saving them from relegation, massive investment and recruitment. I think you ever heard almost over there. You ever heard United under Carrick. Finally, we're in the preseason and the real test starts now. It was the has Obiao some level of uncertainty, with the exception of Arsenal. And another game was a solid one for them. I think we should all watch out. You ever hear how they will start the first 5 matches? If Arsenal can hit the ground running, it will be the first 5 matches. Arsenal no the 5/5, and we might be start seeing a new dynasty in the terms of Arsenal modern Bob. So Manchester City have a lot to do. The total play of Manchester City, the attacking presence of Manchester City. Yes, Arsenal are the best defense, so they have men to put their body on the line and be the barrier. But still, now to say Edmore Manchester City so far. Enzo Maresca is yet to settle, and me see this defeat will do me a lot of good because Man City for any other when it comes to their recruitment. So Liverpool game now ball against Como. First half, my focus on Liverpool now is more on their defense. I had my attention with Liverpool defense in the part because I want to now Roland Araujo started first game from the bench at Liverpool. Now Moto, it looks like based on this first game, it might be so early. I repeat, so early. But based on this first game, the system of Liverpool can bring the best out of Araujo than the system at Barcelona. So now we hear video say o screen in answer. E be anyone na o chase the defender from behind. Majority of them, he was facing the defender. Also, Araujo born now no ball screen no. He looked like a time bomb. It's now Obion is a Premier League the pace. A bit of flair and trickiness kakra bebe no. Why here near baby center back but based on what I watched yesterday, like I said, it is too early there. But as a highline na Bastone Ebono, I'm bringing the best out of Araujo. He was not a defender best suited for that role. And two things say, your bottom na o chase most wakwa tackle na foul aba. Most wakwa bibi na incident biaba. But me want to say the Liverpool setup, one way or the other, can lower his weakness and not expose him in a grand star. Me share the confidence now to know the neighbor. The timing of his tackles, the rounds, and how he was covering up the right side. it gives me a bit of hope. I say he was once a good player. At a point, Bayern Munich the 80 million Echo Barcelona comes from open. But everything changed, especially when he find himself in a system is stealing the confidence. But no born now to say, Oyenya ni mujidia bakakra. As Oyen so a bit me afa, and let's see if the Premier League can treat Roland Arajo much better moving forward. Muto Shaka for the Madrid game no. Minimum so unya bi hwe ya. Na ade ba kwa me hu game no me say Bernardo Silva ye kan the first game against Deportivo La Coruña. Jose eya ade bi. Ada Goulet, Brahim Diaz, Bernardo Silva. Sam Rantie me say adwuma mo ye game no was very simple. By default, now to the Madrid, they allow Shaka to attack them. It's against Deportivo and the sense in put me the ball in Siomo. Then the moment they win the ball, either Ada Goulet a swift pass to space for Vinicius to attack the space or for Kylian Mbappe to attack the space. Diamond de Suba has asked I no more use. And now say Brahim Diaz that swift pass for them to use the space. And now say Bernardo Silva ebo. Oh, say me to Madrid goals no say no. Na bebre na nye 5, 6, 7 touches. Chances are Madrid creating ye no. Na nye de ya touch ball na say ya bo be 25 passes leading to goal there be. 3 players ni abo Mbappe take it on. O space with defense nechi wabo ediaba ebia keeper save. The use of set piece because the second goal was a corner. The other screen you see say and motomesha style now. It is so similar to Joseph first coming to Madrid. As a template na no diaba. Xabi Alonso nyaboa a swift pass to space. Solid control from Di Maria or cut it back Ediama Benzema or Ronaldo. And I say Xabi Alonso the short pass by Mesut Ozil. Mesut Ozil J Bona and ya fe no betwim mienu miensa. Or born swift Edia no to look at this ball. Pa no mabatum. So here se born corner chikakra with this particular chance one. The chance was missed by Vinicius. Bernardo Silva Ada Goulet straight to Mbappe to Vini. Chance created. And who on half they find a way to give you that confidence, the opponent that confidence, say you can attack us. Now once you attack us, oh boy, I'm so too a 4 versus 3 or even 4 versus 2. But how they would exchange the passes and make good use of space. But me say games now Madrid di bonina obeba wanim. Ohu kwan but oma ho gide so betimi no ma bontu beba wanim. 3 passes from their 2 achi ye kwa akoto atena. If that is still going to be the approach, because Jude Bellingham to be boss our pass, the amount they will pace, and it's not selfish to do the connection or to create a chance for another opponent. If that is going to be the case, then people should watch out.
Collective for Jose's Madrid.
Collective defending.
Okay.
They defend together, and there were moments you can see that Vinicius is tracking back to come and support the defense. But once they get the ball, 3 passes. A chance should be created.
I said Xabi Alonso preseason. So yeah.
Xabi Alonso preseason. Okay. The team wanted to play possessive football. So take Madrid. World Club Championship now. They are not person born here say pass farmer win.
Na is Mourinho do old use number.
Vinicius
old template no the other.
Vinicius there say old space.
The old template
there say old space.
And then the members
these boys.
O temple na basa de say no wazako fa ba.
Ebe sia send ebe hu send ebe ko.
Yeah. Yeah, good. Na be omo man na be.
Oh, ebu akakra.
Okay, cuz I'm born in Tem.
Oh, October.
Born in Tem near.
October December 26 October. Although Mami Chasim free road to transfer enra. After the bit told you say finally o call FC Barcelona. Say enra 2 transfer news to appear. You could clearly see say supporters here very excited. João Cancelo and Cancelo to Barcelona and Rodri to Barcelona. The fact of the matter is, remember Yanyin Tumse Rodri is the best defensive or the best deep line playmaker in the game. And any team I will be Rodri Bianum so to obey improve team no. A big player. So to the difference between some players no. Any bia okoto other players I come 1 year contract and say Rodri in the game no is a superstar. Rodri is a superstar.
Comparison. Maybe. Wait till the Rodri in there. Of course, very good player. I want to compare when Ronaldo was leaving Manchester United to Madrid. Was it Madrid to Juventus?
Yeah.
That was also expensive. Yes, yeah, so Madrid to Juventus.
Million,
yeah. Well, no, but so just say City are cashing in.
By offer almost success level it's not the same. Because Ronaldo will free Real Madrid that coach Juventus too. No, we need a lot of Champions League trophies. A lot of Champions League trophies. But offer more influence, more teams are no more what they are. So too similar. Meaning say angle now me di free but not Marseille. Offer more influence, more teams or more what they are similar. And they say Ronaldo was the star man of the Real Madrid team. Real Madrid Champions League no muji no. You cannot take away Cristiano Ronaldo. Manchester City dominance in the English Premier League. You cannot take away Rodri. Who extended the discussion? So how many midfielders in the ball against a game not echo where people believe say the best players are more mushe goals no. Also we are in a generation now because so we say Zidane, we say Ronaldinho. Omo ye part of this generation now. So to ka word best ki wan ka game mo din kan. Bo na kwa ma na ye nipa bebre say you only become the best player when you score a lot of goals. So just imagine say what find yourself in this generation. Now afi beba na wi ye. You say oh yeah best player of this season. Whereby any goals do I will share. But something you did that obitina no analyze here is equal to a goals will be share. So that is the standard that Rodri to edit the holding midfield row ako. How many holding midfielders in the betia bomudin? Some of your former Ballon d'Or winners. Even when Luther Matthias the first FIFA World Footballer of the Year in 1981. So for that season, he was more like a number 10. Was that Matthias in his journey, or born number 10, or born number 6, or born number 5, or born number 4? One of the most complete footballers by position. And every single position we are doing 2 years beyond or SLA. It's what the about generational. Xavi, Iniesta, Pelu, Gerrard, Lampard, Zoto, Senior Luka Modric crowd or you attacking me for that. But when you pick players here, they are either central midfielders, deep line playmakers, or holding midfielders. Inti, UPSR generation no. Now you bobo we afeneba na we near you as best player of the season. So to actually say our level be. And Barcelona act a player. City dominance in the Premier League. So to one who Rodri importance. In seasons are Rodri ebe plano. City struggled. Last season at City Timmy Bar League when Rodri recover. Arsenal City Cyber League will be able to compete with Arsenal, which eventually Arsenal J. It's the level of Rodri Zoto and yet equal to any other player our 1 year contract. This is a superstar. The last World Cup we are judging as best player. Me were me doubts about it. Some guys a World Cup never. He was not the best player at the World Cup. But at the end of the day, FIFA aiming as the best player of the tournament. And yet when the last European Championship, he was best player of the European Championship. It's proper superstar. any team be a was assist you be am Zoto. Pick their holding midfielders. One other comparing to Rodri. Team Bay. Not even PSG. At the last 2 seasons, were the Champions League. Eti Barcelona team no kwaka kan hono. There so PSG to me say he's going to improve the Barcelona team. And a different type of holding midfielder compared to Frankie de Jong. When Barcelona ekura ball na Zoto, you might think they are the best side in the game. But without the ball, Barcelona leave a lot of spaces for opponent to punish them. Especially having somebody to protect omo back four no. Sergio Man Frankie de Jong team nye. Bibi a Frankie de Jong nim ye bia Rodri nim ye. But the Rodri nim ye a Frankie de Jong nim ye ne say Rodri will give the back four protection than the Frankie de Jong de ma woman no. It's in addition to Barcelona team no. Say na your school na Barcelona e ko na exams no mo ye. Any exams bia na Zoto Barcelona e what the top 5 nima. The signing of Rodri will move them into the top 3 or top 2. Club will be a Rodri be could be as anebe. Inti the addition to Barcelona team no about with a lot of things. But once a man for raising issues and after we they need center forward. The game is changing. Zoto okay the last 3 teams to win the Champions League. PSG, and then City. Real Madrid.
Madrid Champions League.
These are the last 3 teams to win the Champions League.
Before PSG, Madrid na win it.
PSG beji omo first one, na Madrid na aje. Aye. It's the last 3 teams to win the Champions League. Maybe so asemi. Madrid team na aje 3 seasons ago no. One na your center forward. David, one na your center forward.
Sana Benzema ko. No video. Last few games.
In games sir, ebi omo finding difficulties no. Na Joselu
no.
Joselu Aba as a substitute. But he was not their main center forward. So tell me just he was a sub. PSG team no moji Champions League no. Who was their lead man? Dembele was center forward. Dembele was center forward. Eti other coaches may find a way even without a proper center forward. So omo team shisho omo team no moji trophy. And those coaches now, yes, one of them is Hansi Flick. Barca's target is to get Julian Alvarez, which and it looks very difficult. Adana may catch or say, Barca attempt to get Julian Alvarez, and your normal transfer because Omo ko a club, a let's go man on your club or tattoo on the players. Said the Barca and Real Madrid top players, and Sikano Moti the top players no. Sana let's go man the Tiska the top players. It's only such clubs are dealing, especially on their player. So to very, very difficult. But another discussion is Rodri Zoto what he asked to the Barcelona team. You know, you heard the Enyoma ABC Ako. And no, anytime be a Jose Mourinho team biano Zoto Adia Bako Eba. Me can't see can come in Real Madrid no. Inti as at night it's difficult to say this is how Mourinho line up in the BCIA. And was always given it carefully. One how in China we gave it the first question you ask yourself is hey, into the transition between Bernardo Silva and the other Gula, how they were splitting passes for runners to say Vini, Kylian Mbappe, run on the shoulders of defenders. Omoma accurate passes to locate Omo forward lines. No? Said the Monday will be part of them. Obeka the front three no. But also the creativity will come from the Monday will operate from the right. So on the match no. But you come on the creativity beba. The Monday will be the runners. Attackers no more train say midfielders no be find spaces no be create no. Midfielders no be to me the ball at all. Then now we have ball ni din ne ball no mo ball ne palm to the other gula passing. We are just one of them. But we game now in total. One how to see okay, hey, the team we play na Jude Bellingham bebo.
Bellingham.
Yeah.
Where is on number 10?
On say Obi Aja to say Jose Mourinho setting the team up in the defensive way. The strength of Mourinho team when all hit the opponents on the break. Quick transition with midfielders Amzutu, a small space, but still, obey me the boy Raho. I'm an attacker. Once about locating attackers from the number 10 row. Also, my church or Jude Bellingham, the real city. But see, you locate attackers, tight spaces at the ball tour. Other Gula will do it better than Jude Bellingham. It's only say, or fit into the Mourinho defensive system. Quick transition when you defend the Ajibono, your attackers and running your Bobo Natum. But any Real Madrid match be able the second come of Jose Mourinho, no, a different thing. If I say no opportunity to watch his first game, second game, and third game, how he will set up his team. But then again, due to Enra, Bernardo Silva Chiribim, as a man Beckham or last week, and say Real Madrid midfield of 2 no. Bernardo Silva +1. +1 eh why? And no starting Fede Valverde. Tchouaméni wo Camavinga wo. There are big boys wo ho. Mourinho needs also taking bold decision to drop them. One of them is Tchouaméni. Baku ye Fede Valverde. Camavinga there since oba Real Madrid from René wati ase say onye starter. But at a point Obeba no aba contribute to the Real Madrid team. It was a nice game. And who say kakran onya control over the players. Ade ba ko coaches bebre akore Madrid including ono Jose Mourinho Zoto amomant mi antena ho anche ne say the Real Madrid dressing room. So we your coach no want me control the Real Madrid dressing room. Untimi nya successful Real Madrid. And Mourinho na ko no nya problem. It will be how we see ako. Bernardo Silva story is like a trophy. And then when you have Bernardo Silva you have a jewel. And your money be at the Biameka say, yen cherish coaches when they do certain things. Bernardo Silva from Portugal to Monaco was like a cut-in winger. On board on the line. Sometimes you can use him as a number 10. But when you bought an expansive attack, a front three of a midfield three at the back of the front three, mostly Bernardo Silva pretty from the right side. But anyway, Bernardo Silva is classified as a central midfielder. Something Pep Guardiola, these are some of the things that we game now. You will not talk about trophy, but Amafo are just refusing to accept. Reason why coaches like Ferguson, Wenger, it's difficult to criticize them. You cannot talk about the history of Manchester United and take Ferguson away. Ferguson and Manchester United no. The biggest success period of Manchester United as a football club is in Ferguson time. And then Manchester need be or support to Manchester Biano. Yeah, for Manchester supporters are about 98% of them are Ferguson time. It's when you talk about the success of Manchester United, you cannot take Ferguson out. Same with Arsenal. People are just refusing to accept, say, what Pep Guardiola built at Manchester City. Say Yesika, coach is over by 210 back woman. Maybe I would say, bounce a man for more say but people are analyzing it. Hey, you should say one game no boy and to say so one year he City. Ozay,
don't share now go second go through.
But the issue is, I say, and next same to Nazaki to your managing. When Otina baby chair for a certain period to 2 years successful, oh, baby. So to the mention, I say, the issue is, Enzo Maresca is a good coach, or a student of Pep Guardiola. You trainino at a point you could trainino, our Manchester City. Reason why Manchester City conference what the club coach I say, but. And he will not reach the standard of Pep Guardiola if they even spend over 600 million pounds for him on this transfer market. It will take time. Sanetia baby in TSC Ajitum. Medisi Milan Manchester United. No. Oh, another say can China.
Hey Debbie. Another work can say Mentiasi.
What's he say?
Zakito Akana Semewi. Da bena obi ya analyze ko kranche nse wan kan sem we naka
na be one Remember that. May I have
observing amazing.
I say
very good observer.
Season you be analyzing the year from Saturday. Say Milan no problem say Saturday and Milan be go against Torino, and that will be the first official game for Ruben Amorim. Na
is it what pick?
There be nyabotre.
I pick.
Nyabotre be do nyabotre. Makasa asem ya chi. I na won you.
I pick.
Once the difference between Amorim new coaches na me reform omo preseason they say recent years Amorim is the only coach when you total control on taking decisions on players. Total control. We decided say Zoto and then you need a Melana, somebody will just walk into the dressing room, pick his JC. Next and I do say Okwa start. Ebia Rafael Liao, Ebia the Dentu Hernandez. Or create an environment you need to fight for your place. Say what the match and I say. But Sadio